You ever hear a story so ridiculous you think, there's no way this isn't just a fake Florida man headline? Well, Roofman is that story. Except it's real, and somehow it's also a meditation on desperation, kindness, and the weird ways people try to rebuild their lives, sometimes inside a Toys R Us.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Witch's Lair inside the Crypt of Nights. Today we're talking about Roofman, the new true crime dramedy starring Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst. The movie's directed by Derek Cianfrance, the same guy who made Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines, so you already know there'll be heartbreak, crime, and a whole lot of bad decisions made by guys with a heart of gold. It's co-written by Cianfrance and Kurt Gunn from Sound of Metal fame. And I watched this at the Regal Theatre and the place was packed, and you can see why. This will be one of those movies where word of mouth will get people in to watch. Roofman was first announced in early 2024 when director Derek Cianfrance decided to bring this unbelievable true story to life. He co-wrote the script with Kurt Gunn, expanding on an earlier draft by David Stevens and Peter Petrucci. The film was produced by Dylan Sellers, Chris Parker, Jamie Patrikoff, and Lynette Howell-Taylor, with Miramax handling distribution and Paramount Pictures stepping in for the US and UK release. Basically, it's the kind of creative dream team you get when you mix heartbreak, humour, and a few outstanding parking tickets. Filming took place in Gastonia, North Carolina, from October to December 2024, shot on gorgeous 35mm film by cinematographer Andrei Parek. The cast filled out fast: Kirsten Dunst, Ben Mendelsohn, Peter Dinklage, Lakeith Stanfield, and Uzo Aduba, to name a few, making this one of the most overqualified ensembles ever assembled for a movie about a guy hiding in a Toys R Us. Based on an almost too crazy to be true story, Roofman follows Jeffrey Manchester, a down-on-his-luck Army veteran and father of 3 living in North Carolina. Desperate to support his kids, Jeffrey realizes his greatest weapon isn't brute force, it's observation. Using his military-honed eye for detail, he pulls off a series of late-night fast food robberies by slipping in through the roof, earning him the nickname Roofman. But even the most polite criminal can't outrun bad luck forever, and when Jeffrey finally gets caught, he's forced to face a system that's just as unkind as the life that drove him there. After a daring prison escape, Jeffrey's story takes an unexpected turn that lands him hiding in a place no one would think to look: a Toys R Us. Yes, you read that right. What follows is a strange, surprisingly heartfelt mix of survival story, rom-com, and moral fable, as Jeffrey builds a secret life among stuffed animals and toy bikes while trying to reconnect with the humanity he's lost. Roofman balances crime, comedy, and compassion with the delicate precision of a man who's figured out how to make a home inside a toy store, and somehow it all works. Derek Cianfrance directs Roofman like a man who's been personally wronged by fluorescent lighting. Every frame hums with tension, the camera creeping through ceilings, vents, and aisles like it's spying on a secret it doesn't want to hear. The movie has that handheld intimacy Cianfrance does so well, where you feel like you're right there, sweating through every bad decision. The production design turns that Toys R Us into a labyrinth of nostalgia and panic, the kind of place where your childhood memories go to hyperventilate. The sound design is so sharp you can practically hear your own pulse racing in surround sound. And I'm just going to say it. If you suffer from anxiety like I do, Roofman might actually make you step outside for a breather. It's that good. Cianfrance builds tension not with explosions or car chases, but with something scarier: the creeping dread of watching someone try to stay invisible in plain sight. It's the rare film that makes you laugh, cry, and briefly Google, "Can stress cause heartburn during movies?" Let's start with the obvious. Channing Tatum has never been better. His performance as Jeffrey Manchester is funny, heartbreaking, and deeply human, like if Magic Mike took an acting class and developed emotional range instead of abs. He plays Roofman not as a criminal, but as a man improvising his way through rock bottom, and somehow makes every scene feel both absurd and relatable. It's the kind of role that reminds you Tatum isn't just charming, he's good. Like, let's start engraving that SAG award good. But it's Kirsten Dunst who absolutely steals the movie. She brings such empathy and rawness to Lee, the single mum who unknowingly lets Roofman into her life, that you forget you're watching a crime dramedy. She's magnetic, layered, and so grounded she deserves her own gravity field. This is the kind of performance that makes the phrase Oscar-worthy feel too small. Add to that Peter Dinklage, who can command an entire scene with just an eyebrow, and Emery Cohen, who nails his role with understated charisma. And you've got a cast so perfectly tuned it makes the movie's wilder moments feel real. Roofman may be about a man living in a toy store, but the acting here is the real magic trick. If you love true stories that sound like they were pitched during a fever dream, Roofman is your movie. It's perfect for fans of Catch Me, If You Can, Blue Valentine, or anyone who's ever stared at a McDonald's ceiling and thought, yeah, I could probably get in that way. Between Derek Cianfrance's nerve-shredding direction, Channing Tatum's career-best performance, and Kirsten Dunst reminding everyone she's still a national treasure, this is one you don't want to miss. Just be warned, it's not a relaxing watch. If you already have anxiety, bring your breathing exercises. Or maybe an emotional support plushie from the very same Toys R Us. But if you can handle a mix of tension, tenderness, and Toyland melancholy, Roofman delivers one of the most original and oddly heartfelt true crime dramas in years. You can catch it now playing in theatres before it inevitably becomes the movie everyone won't shut up about once it hits streaming. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please keep watching The Crypt of Nights.